Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I've been requested recently to look over Nerf Rival instead of Elite. And so I have gathered the best tier list I could find, because not every tier list has every blaster. However, at the end, I'll take my tier list and add the 7 extra blasters I think there are. Because, as you can tell, there's 3 of these, but they obviously aren't. There are obviously missing the Forerunner and the Pilot. So I will add those in later. Here, let me just rearrange it so then it's in the format. You know what? I'll do it in order, but like from original. So obviously we got F to S, usual tier list. I can't imagine a lot will be an F. However, well, because it is Rival. Every Rival blaster can basically destroy an Elite blaster. Well, some. Let's just start off. First, we'll go with the Apollo. The Apollo is severely outdated by a certain other blaster on this list. I'm pointing at it. But the Apollo, the top prime, is a little unnecessary now that we have the Helios. I mean, it came out like 3 years after, and also it's like 5 years old now. But the Rival Apollo was good for its time, but like looking back, it isn't the best that it could have been. So just for that, it's still usable. I might move it to B, but I'll keep it in C for now. Let's do the Kronos later. I feel like that's going to be much better. Zeus is another outdated blaster, just because you can't use the shorter mags if you wanted to. There's no point, but the Hera is much better, and also reloading the Hera is just... The Hera is much better than the Zeus. Yeah, I had to throw that in. I'll do that later, but I'd rather have it over an Apollo. I might move it up later. This one's also outdated, the Chaos, just because there's no other magazines for it. However, it is full auto, and it is fun to use, so I'll keep it in B. I might move it to A later. There we go. The Hera is awesome. It's an A tier blaster. It is easy to reload. It has a nice stock. It has a nice feeling to it, like a very comfortable hold to it, and it is perfect, just perfect. I'll do the Charger later. Actually, I'll do it right now. Charger, it is basically want a blaster that looks like a P90. Yeah, you got the Charger. That's how I see it. Holds 10 rounds, so still not as much as the Hera. However, I would rather have a Zeus over the Charger because I don't want to have to load one in at a time. I'd rather have magazines, so I'd rather have the Hera. Helix, I think it's called the Helix. Helix is bad. The hopper doesn't work. It's most of the time the way it works is that it feeds 2 in at a time, and in that hopper you'll get 1 jammed with like every few, and it's painful. Also, if you just lean slightly to the right, it just doesn't work. You have to aim it down while you're pumping to get it, and man, that sucks. Unlike the other Rival blasters where you just keep it straight, or even you can even angle some of them up while it's like fully loaded. This one, if it's fully loaded, it still won't work. The Helix just isn't good. I also have noticed that there's several colors for each blaster, like the Helix Helios right here. So yeah, Helios is a much better version to the Apollo. However, I'd still rather have semi-auto, but for a Springer, this is where I would want the Springer. This is the same as that blaster. I'm putting the same blasters there. I kind of prefer the white. I kind of prefer the white over the red and blue. Yeah, how come they only chose 2 blasters to be blue? Actually, no, I don't think these were released in red. Right. Let's do the Flex Shot Curve, whatever this one is called, the single shot one. I never had it actually. I know how it works though. It's basically a knockout. However, it has the stupid curve option. The curve option does nothing. I'm just gonna full on say it. However, it is nice for a one-shot backup rival pistol, which I got told from one of my friends. He hated how I put the Fire Strike in A tier, even though it is a very powerful blaster. I think it should have been in A tier just because of how powerful it is. But yeah, apparently he disagreed, so I'm gonna put this here. Nemesis. Nemesis is the first S tier blaster, mainly for the fact that 100-round hopper. Come on, like that's perfect. 100 rounds, full auto, perfect sprayer weapon. This is the Boba Fett one, I think. I kind of prefer the fully white. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, Boba Fett. This blaster I'd only buy for the target. Let's do the Chronos first, actually, and then I'll do that. The knockoff Chronos. Now we got 3 Chronos. I'm not putting it in this tier. Don't worry. We got the 3 Chronos. Chronos to me is a perfect pistol. It is perfect. Just perfect. It is perfect. I don't know what you want me to say. Oh, Helios. Right. Forgot about that. Oh, wait, right here. So, Chronos, it holds 5 rounds. It is small, meaning that it can fit into a holster really easily. It is easily moddable, making it easy to put a K26 into it. And once you do that, the performance that it can reach is insanely far. It's perfect. Okay, Mercury, I think it is. Mercury, not as good because it's a side pole action thing. I'd rather have a Helios over it, I'm not gonna lie, because it also has the side bolt. However, the target is great, but we're not counting targets. Same with this, the target is great, and this blaster is fun. What's it called? The, Jupiter, I think it is. It's fun, it is a lot of fun. However, it is not practical at all. So, I'd rather have the Helix. Actually, I'd rather have a blaster that is for sure gonna take 1 round in it over the Helix. The Knockout. Knockout is solid. However, if I have to have either one of these, I'm choosing the one that curves around. Atlas. Atlas is still usable because it's still the only rival shotgun that exists. Well, apart from technically the Pilot, but that's not really a shotgun. However, you can fit a few shots. Same with these two. You can fit a few extra shots. The Atlas is more usable than any of these. However, I'd still rather have a Helios over it. Hypnos. Hypnos is just like the Atlas. However, it has this nice stock. It feels very, very comfortable, and it shoots 1 at a time. And I'd rather have it over Helios. Prometheus. Prometheus is going to take the S tier for now, as there is one other here that I really like. Prometheus, 200 rounds, no stock, but that doesn't matter because it is basically a giant machine gun, which is perfect. It shoots insanely fast, faster than the Nemesis does. It is basically the Nemesis on steroids. That's how it's summed up. I think Coop may have said that. So yeah, sorry Coop, but I like it a lot. Okay. What's this one called? The it had a Supreme version. Takedown, is it? Takedown? Rival Takedown, I think it is. Rival Takedown. I'd rather have a Hypnos over it. But it's still a fun pump action. Okay, this is the one that people are mainly mad about. Like, if you put it anywhere. If I put it down here, people are gonna be mad. If I put it up here, people are gonna be mad. I think it's called the Charger, is it? The Finisher? Finisher, I think it is. Finisher, I think. It takes magazines, which is awesome. It's a Chronos that takes magazines. However, it has well, instead of being an A tier, tone it back a bit, it has a plastic spring, if I can recall. It has a plastic spring, which is bound to break after a while. Mine, after a year or two, doesn't feed well. If I put in a magazine that's not the main one, the ball gets pushed out a bit and will just fart out, which is why you kind of have to use it like a musket, where you get like a rod or something and push the ball in more, so then it actually fires the way it should. However, the mag has a nice design where you can pull on the side of it and load in 1 round at a time, which is kind of cool. But still, it's easier just to pull out the magazine and load in 1 at a time. But I guess if you don't want to pull it out, then it is good. But it has a nice handle, in my opinion. The pullback is okay. It has a stupid thing at the front that just pops out and goes back in. Doesn't make any sense. But I'd rather have it over this. I'd rather have a Helios over it. I'm not gonna lie. Roundhouse is actually let's do this stuff first. Let's do this stuff because that it makes more sense to do that. Okay, what's this one called? This is by far the best curve shot. However, it doesn't use magazines, which pulls it back. However, it is comfortable and fun. But I'd rather have a finisher over it. Percy's is an S tier. I love the Percy's. It is a very, very fast firing rifle blaster that is small, compact, which is perfect. You can buy hoppers for it, and oh, it just becomes chef's kiss. It just becomes a perfect blaster, and it comes with a rechargeable battery, unlike the Nemesis, which is awesome. Hercules, I think it's called. Hercules is basically a Chronos that can't fit into a holster, and instead of a shorter area, it comes with this 5-dart storage. Boring, very, very boring for what it gives. Now, because it can't fit into a holster, it really does dial it back to where the Mercury is, and I'd rather have an Atlas. Yeah. And also, it's not creative and uninspiring. Artemis is very small, compact. You could say outdated, but really it's not that outdated. Anyways, it is awesome. 30 rounds for a pump action blaster. That's great. Yeah, I'd have it up here. Okay, what's this one called? What is it called? Yeah, Artemis upgrade, whatever this one's called. It is awesome. It uses a stock and holds 60 rounds, better than the Hura, honestly. Actually, these two are better than the Hura. It's great. Roundhouse is awesome. Is it better than the Chronos? Yeah, I'd say it is. 15 rounds, 15 round pistol that you could build a holster for. It's not Hercules size, but it is holsterable, I would say. You could fit into a holster. Okay, and now it's time for the who asked for this series. Okay, Fate. The Fate is I think it fits, like, it gives a less, I think it is a little easier to use than these two, so I'm gonna say it's better than them. It actually looks nicer. I'm gonna say it is up here. It's much better. This one is similar to this, but it uses the same kind of rear loading thing, and it holds, I'm pretty sure it holds 8. It shows 8 right there, so I'm assuming it holds 8. And also, if I remember correctly, it doesn't fire to the range that it says, which sort of pulls it back. So I'm gonna say it's right there. Pathfinder is comfortable and fun. And it is pump action. I'm gonna say Pathfinder's right there. That's reasonable. Now, to make the F tier work, I'm saying the Helix is right there, because it's a piece of crap. Okay, I'm pretty sure one that I'm missing is the Saturn. It is a Rival Edge shotgun. If you give me a second, I'm putting that mic down and search it up. Rival Saturn. Yeah, this thing, yeah. It's not on the list, but I'll just include it, because why not? So Saturn, in my opinion, it is much better than these two. Actually, it doesn't take magazines. I'd put it right here in the middle of these two, just because it doesn't take magazines. I'm also missing the pilot. The pilot is a one-shot rival pistol that is break action. You load a round in, you plop it down, and you pull out and fire. And it is it's okay. You can fit multiple rival rounds in it. I'd say it is better than the Fate. I like it more than the Fate, so definitely like the high C tier. I'm missing the Forerunner. It is a rival takedown that has the weirdest grip in humanity. It kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. That being said, it doesn't suck that much. It's an alternative to the takedown. It also comes with accurate strike rounds, and so I'd say it is just ahead of this. Is it better than the Saturn? I'd say it's worse than the Saturn. It doesn't have a good handle. Okay, now I have the wiki page put up so I could look at it. Okay, I'm gonna say the Diva Blaster. It's a Kronos with 3 shots, which is literally useless. I'm gonna say the Diva Blaster is on top of C tier, just because it's pretty useless. McCree Blaster, everyone knows McCree Blaster's in F tier, just because it takes 20 years to load in 1 round, and also, if you're sweating, or like your hands are like really oily or wet, it's just gonna like move past it and like gonna break your grip of it. Okay, Reaper Blaster. Reaper Blaster is kind of good. It's a Kronos with 8 shots, if I remember correctly, 7-8 shots, which is much better. I'd say it's behind the Atlas, like right here. Okay, we got the Soldier 76 Blaster. This one holds like 30 rounds, if I'm not mistaken, and it has a nice look to it. The stock is literally unusable, meaning that you have to hold it in a very uncomfortable position. So I'd say the Soldier 76 Blaster isn't as good as the Chaos, so I'd say it's right in between these two. Tracer Blaster, basically the same as Diva, so yeah, it'd go top of C tier. And that is my list. It's a little cursed, it doesn't look that good, but it's the best I could come up with. It is the best I could possibly think of. If I had to make any changes, Chaos might be allowed A. However, the magazine just pulls it back. You could say that this one right here could go to S. However, these would just outbeat it any day if they would go to war. Yeah, that's a fair list. That is a fair list in my opinion. So I'll stick with this for this week. Anyways, that's gonna be my video. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.